Okay, so in this video, I'll be talking about Japan from the era 1450 to 1750. So basically, Japan, even before this era, it was there was this emperor, but his figure was basically symbolic, and the shoguns were the actual ones who actually rule the lands. So Japan is basically a whole bunch of islands, right? So if you have all of these islands, it's gonna be very hard to control this island and this island, all of these islands simultaneously because there's just too many islands to control. So Japan was basically ruled by these aristocrats or what you call daimyos. They were like generals. The shoguns were ordered by the emperor, and then the daimyos they actually control the samurais. And you had all of these daimyos on every single island. So the emperor's power, let's use a different color. The emperor's power was, let's say, it's symbolic. He doesn't really control any power. But these individual daimyos, they're the ones who actually control the stability of every single island in Japan. So basically, this these feudal lords they were like they were decentralizing Japan. Like Japan, they're making Japan less unified just because of the fact that each individual island had its own let's its own strong leader, and there was no one centralized leader that governs every single island. And just because of the geography of it, it's really hard to kind of control all of these islands both simultaneously. So what happened? So what happened is that these revolutionary leaders, uh, starting from one of the most revolutionary leaders whose name was Oda Nabuganda. Yeah, I believe his name was Oda Nabuganda. Let me just write it down right here. His name was Oda Nabuganda. Yeah. He was one of the first ones who tried to reunify Japan as one. He he was trying to centralize Japan into one leader, and his name was Oda Nobunaga. Even though Oda Nobunaga tried to, let's say, unify all of these countries, he failed to do so. He wasn't completely able to do so. So his son Tokugawa Ieyasu was accomplished this for him. So after all of this was accomplished, after Oda Nobunaga was basically after after his son, which is Tokugawa Ieyasu, accomplished this, the the, the social stratific like Japan started to be socially stratified, and like the social mobility of Japan was very tightened.